This is some of the equipment that we utilize during our paranormal investigations. You have a Psb7 Spirit Box. Okay, and what that does is it scans radio frequencies and you can change the rate on it. And the theory is it creates a white noise for spirits to talk with us on it. We ask questions and try to get an intelligent response. Basically, that's how it works. All right, another device we utilize at times, not always, but is a standard laser grid pointer where we can set up a grid, on a wall or in an area, and you set a camera, focusing on that grid, and if something breaks the laser dots, then something may have passed across. Simple enough on that. This is a geopod. What this does, you can utilize this in an investigation. You set it on a floor or wherever you want, really, and what it does is it picks up vibration. So if you got someone who's claiming they hear footsteps, unexplained footsteps, you set it down on the floor and put a camera on it, and then if it picks up vibrations, all these lights will light up, okay? And it tells you, and you can set the sensitivity on it and everything. So it's really cool, because it lights up really bright and it gives you not only visual, but then hopefully you'll record the footsteps as well at the same time. All right, this is called a REM pod, and what this does is it creates its own field around this antenna and this device, and I'll show you. If anything breaks the field, it sets off all these bells and whistles and lets you know, see? So theory is if there's a spirit and it comes around and it touches it or breaks the field, it sets off an alarm, audible and visual. And at night it looks really bright. This is what they call an EM pump. What this does is if you're in a location and the theory is ghosts use electromagnetic fields, okay, to manifest themselves, and they draw energy off of whatever they can to manifest. So what this does is actually boost the EMF in an area, okay? So it gives the spirits energy, if you will. This next device is one of my favorite, and I'm sure it is Cindy's too.
Yeah.
This is a very technical device. It's called the Mel Meter. It was designed by a man whose daughter had been killed, and he designed this in order to try to communicate with his daughter, and he sells it to other paranormal investigators. And it's a pretty technical device. It has several features on it. It will measure the EMF in an area. This also has a REM function just like that on it, and see, it's a miniature one, so something can touch it, and we've got hits on this walking around with it, all of a sudden wham, and you have to pretty much get right up on it. So if you're holding it out like this and it goes off, something's messing with that device. It also has a temperature sensor on it. Here's some of the infrared lighting we use that doesn't see in the human spectrum. Humans can't really see in the IR spectrum. All of our cameras are IR sensitive, so you can make it pitch black in a room and turn these lights on. We can't see, but it will film in that spectrum of light.
We use a mini Maglite, which sounds really silly, but a lot of people ask about this because we've had people ask if it's remote controlled, all
Yep.
kinds of stuff. Obviously, it's not. It's just a plain old little mini Maglite. You can buy these for like $11 at Walmart, and basically it's just tricky to get it set right. Once you get used to it, setting it to where it's just barely on is what we do. That way, it's not too difficult for for somebody or something to turn on. And then I have one of these little plasma balls. So we use this a lot of times if we think they're having a hard time communicating with us somehow. We will turn this on and just see if it helps. And since my iPhone, I have the Echo box, which you really can't see it that well, but we'll turn it on, and it will actually, we turn the external speaker, and it'll start. And when you use this, you can kind of play around to find a thing that, something that works for you, as far as like there's, different frequencies that you can use. And this one's my favorite one. I like using Bank A, and I like turn them all kind of on the same level, and then just seeing what I can get, And we look for intelligent responses. We don't, if we ask it something and we get something else, we're not, we don't really consider that communication. Basically, we want to see it actually answer our questions.